month, y'all. I love this cookbook. I'm obsessed. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. We have got February's cookbook collab ready to go. Don't forget that this is an open collaboration, so I will always have a playlist linked down below whenever I share these monthly videos. I am planning on doing it monthly throughout the rest of the year. I did these last year in case you're new here and you missed it. I did these last year. You can find those playlists on my channel page under playlist. But I decided to do them again. So we have got February's here for you guys. I'm cooking out of the same cookbook that I did last month, y'all. I love this cookbook. I'm obsessed with this cookbook. It is, let me see if it's gonna, there we go. Pillsbury Baking Hacks. I'm obsessed with this cookbook, y'all. Luke got this for me for Christmas. I will have this cookbook linked down below. Don't forget that everybody is going to be sharing cookbook recipes. It's just inspiration to get off of Pinterest and dust off your cookbooks and get to cooking. Cookbooks are a great source for all kinds of recipes. There's so many cookbooks. If you aren't able to purchase the cookbooks, of course, check out your local library, and you can, I'm sure, still type in like the title and type it in on Pinterest or, you know, Google and find the recipe if you don't necessarily want to purchase the whole cookbook. But that's the whole point of these collaborations, is to inspire you to either purchase or just to get your cookbooks out and try new recipes. I have purchased several cookbooks from last year's collaboration of people sharing recipes. It's just, they all look so good. So I will have the playlist linked down below. I will also have this cookbook linked down below so y'all can check it out. I have got 4 delicious Pillsbury recipes to share, and I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and get started. We are starting off with some BBQ Crescent Pockets. This recipe did call for chicken, but I had some leftover pulled pork from the previous night's dinner, so I thought I would use that up. So you could either use chicken or pulled pork or anything that you like with barbecue. You also need some barbecue sauce, some cheese, and your crescents. I took and rolled out the crescent dough. You're going to put together 2 triangles. So you're going to make 4 total pockets out of 1 can. So if you need to do more, of course, use more, cans of crescents. But I just did the 4 of these. It was just me eating this for lunch, so it was the perfect amount for me. I just took and pieced the seams together in between the 2 crescents just to make one solid rectangle. Since my pulled pork was dry and it didn't have any sauce on it previously, like in the recipe says, I went ahead and mixed together the pulled pork, some shredded cheese, and the barbecue sauce. I just mixed that together, and then you will spoon that onto each rectangle. These were super easy to put together and a perfect way to use up leftovers. I baked these at 350 for about 10 to 12 minutes. Here's what they look like when they came out. They were so delicious. You can serve them with extra barbecue on the side or ranch for dipping. Next up is easy taco melts. This was another one that I used a leftover taco meat, so this one was super easy to put together. All you need is some cheese, your taco meat, a can of flaky biscuits. Make sure it's flaky so that way you can pull them apart, and the recipe wanted you to just make your taco meat and add in the taco seasoning and the salsa into the taco mixture as you're making it. But since I was using leftover taco meat, I just added the salsa on top that you'll see in a little bit. So here's the reason why you need the flaky biscuits, because you're going to take one biscuit and pull it apart and make it into two. And having the flaky biscuits makes a world of difference because they're already in layers, and it really does help you be able just to pull them apart super easy. Once you get them into two biscuits, you're going to take and flatten out the bottom one, add on your taco meat, and then I also, like I said, I added on the salsa on top since I didn't actually make that mixture as I'm making this recipe. I used leftover taco meat. And then you're going to take and top it with some cheese, and then take and stretch out the other half of the biscuit and put it over top, and then just crimp around the edges and make your pocket. And then just repeat that until all of your biscuits are filled. I just baked these at 350 for about 8 to 10 minutes. Here is what they look like when they are done. These were super good. Highly recommend. Perfect. Another recipe perfect to use up leftovers. And I had some leftover cheese dip, and I dipped it in the cheese dip, and y'all, these were amazing. Y'all know how much I love my cheese dip. For the next recipe, we did cheesy rosemary monkey bread rolls. That's a tongue twister, I gotta say that slow. For this one, you need some butter. It just called for rosemary, which I thought I had, but I didn't. So I just use Italian seasoning, but I do now have rosemary because I went and purchased it because these were really good. So I used Italian seasoning, and I also used garlic powder. And then you need some cheese and your crescents. First, I took and made my butter mixture. You just add your butter into a bowl, and then add on your rosemary or Italian seasoning, whichever one you want to use, and your garlic powder, and melt that up and just set that aside. And then we are going to take our crescents. Now this one did call for a crescent dough sheet, but y'all know I've been having problems finding those. I've been doing good finding regular crescents to begin with. But since I didn't have a dough sheet, I just took and crimped all the edges like you see. And then I'm going to take a pizza cutter and cut it. It said do 3 rows. I'm trying to think how. Yeah, 3 rows that way and 8 rows the other way. And then you're just going to take and ball them up into little balls. And each monkey bread gets 4 crescent balls. Then just roll your crescent balls into that butter mixture and add them into your greased cupcake pan. I baked these at 350 for about 10 to 12 minutes, and then you're going to take and pull them out. You're going to add some cheese on top and then put them back in the oven for about 5 minutes, just until they're completely done and the cheese is melted on top. Here is what they look like when they come out of the oven. Y'all, these were so good. The whole family loved them. We served these along with Italian chicken pasta. I'll have that recipe linked down below for you guys. Last but definitely not least is crab-filled crescent wontons. I have made these before. I made these like when we lived at the old house. Winston and I love these. I do change mine up a little bit just because I personally like mine sweet, but the recipe calls for salt, pepper, and cayenne, so you could just do whatever you want. I take my flaky crab meat and just kind of crumble it up even more, and then you will mix in your cream cheese. And then for mine, I personally, like I said, I like mine sweet, so I add a little bit of sugar in mine, and that's all. I just add the crab meat, the cream cheese, and the sugar, and I mix that together well, and then we will fill our crescents. And for this one, you just need regular crescent dough. Take and roll it out, and then I just break it up into triangles, and I add a little bit of the crab mixture to each one, and then I just roll them up and put them on my baking pan. I just baked these at 350 for about 8 to 10 minutes. These are one of my favorites. I absolutely love these. They're so easy to throw together, and you can customize them to your taste if you like sweet or savory crab rangoons. I like to serve mine with the sweet chili sauce, and this one is one of my favorites. And that is it, y'all. I really hope you enjoyed these super easy but delicious recipes. Don't forget that this is an open collaboration hosted by myself, so make sure you check out the playlist link down below and check out all the lovely ladies that are joining in on February's cookbook collab. I hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you next month. Bye, guys.